I'd say it's time to leave this muddy mess of construction behind, and instead, we're coming here to Lely HQ. Now what's really exciting about this is that they have only been in here 2 weeks into this brand new North American headquarters and factory. I'm told they haven't even unpacked all of the boxes yet, but it's really exciting because we're one of the first to come in and have a look. How are you? Oh, wonderful. So this is what a brand new factory looks like. Look at the view from up here. And this really is a beautiful workspace when you start talking about kind of all the lunch areas, the common office areas, the actual office areas. It's a much bigger facility than they had just a couple of blocks up from here. So in the last 2 weeks, they've moved everything from that building and from another warehouse into here. And they've set it up and away they are at production, including our 2 robots are on the line right now. And we're gonna go down and take a look in just a second. So what they're doing here is they're building milking robots for North America in here. They're building the central units for North America here. They're building all the Lely brushes. They're building all of those globally here. And then they're bringing in things like Junos and Vectors, and they're going out with the robots as they get built to their customers. So I can't wait to tour around. Let's go see how our robots get made. Look at this, he's coming in with this one. What do you think's special about this one? Where's it going?
That belongs to somebody.
Whose is this?
Ours.
Pretty neat. Does it look like a robot yet, you think? No, not yet. Kind of. And they all just come as random wire then. You gotta put them all, you gotta piece them all together. A loop like that.
And then we put them on the cylinders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a lot of little... You see it over there, but when you actually see the guts of it, like there is a lot to this.
Yeah, and then we have the 2 sets inside the sets that go onto the cylinders.
Oh, and you're keeping air to it too?
I test the cylinders.
Yeah.
And then after I get the hoses or the cables on, I check the squareness so I get them close for the tester, and then I check the tilt.
Check that after that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, just a simple slip knot.
It works. Not that I had any doubts, but... All right, we're gonna sneak into the back corner because step 1 is actually right here. So here we've got the frame for the robot has come in on a storage unit from Europe. They're robot welded there and come as left or right units. And so basically they're just unloaded here and then actually make their way onto the line. Let's go see the line. Here's the manufacturing line for the robots all the way down here. And what the idea has been is that as growth happens and as they need to kind of move forward, they can make more stations if they need to. But for right now, what they've got is they've got 6 stations, 6 bays where they are actually manufacturing. And each person has their obviously set things that they are adding to the robot. So we go from a very basic steel frame here to actually what the robot looks like. We are in stage 1 of development. And it actually looks like a robot. I'm right, you're right. Nope, you just get out of, you tell me, kick me out of the way. This is pretty amazing when you start to see all this. It's actually cool from where you go back from number 1 to like the actual guts are starting to come together. Oh, because I don't think it's going to go very far without all that wiring. I guess, what do you call it? Just the harness?
This is called the Caterpillar.
The Caterpillar.
Kind of acts like a caterpillar. There's a lot of motion in there.
Yeah.
In order to be able to travel back and forth. So when the mothership is trying to find the udder of the cow,
Yeah.
this thing is going back and forth for a little while until a laser finds it, and then it'll hook on.
Hook on at that
Yeah.
point. Yep.
So this has water going through it, it has air going through it, and it also has electro components going through it as well. So.
How quickly they start to become robots. So each station is in the 112-minute mark is the idea that it takes to get, you know, Jacob to get his job done, Scotty, everybody else to get their stuff done as it progresses down. And so, you know, you get, what's that? Just under 2 hours. So 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, like a day and a half, you go from a bunch of steel to ready to come out the door. I can't remember, what's that arm called?
It's called
The mothership. I knew spaceship wasn't right. I was close. I'm learning all the terms. I'll know when I need. In case you're wondering, your robots are coming with me too. I don't know whose these are, but they're close by. This is the one we gotta see though. Very good at steering. There, the kids were way better than I was.
Your first one is officially built.
It is built.
Yep.
And I know it's in such good shape we don't even need to test it, but we'll test it. We better. We better. Two weeks they've been in here. It still is pretty fascinating that we get to be the first in. But this is the parts area. And so different than over there where all the parts kind of are going on to things, this is like, you know, the spare part zone. And the whole idea is that then when a dealer or somebody needs parts, like this is where it's coming from. So if we actually look at this wall when it comes to parts. I believe Les, who runs operations here, is said there's 2,000 different parts items up here, which is phenomenal. And each one has a picture to help them make sure that when they pull that out, well, look, it matches. Better leave it where it was. But basically, an order comes in, they walk around, they find it based on its code and what it's doing, pack it in a box and ship it to the dealer so that the dealers are fully stocked and stay that way.
I'm Joey.
Joey, nice to meet
Joey
you.
Mitchell.
Joey, thanks for letting me watch. So now what, basically you wire it up as if it's going to be wired in my barn?
Yes,
Close-ish?
I have it for the most part.
Oh. I think that's a good sign. Lights. I don't know how good of a thing, but we've got lights. Look at that, connection. Oh, loading data.
Yep. Woo. And here's our software updater. And so this tells what it's loading software into currently.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not mine. Do you want another cylinder?
No, we'll just get a fitting.
Do you have extra of those?
I can double check, see if I've got a part number in it. This is what mine looks like. And everything is labeled A, B, C, D.
Oh, you got a whole bunch.
Right there.
Look at that. That's handy having a parts warehouse right
Here you
on
are.
the other side.
There's that, and I am keeping one. Perfect.
Look at that. Oh. No rush of air.
So now we're going to start the calibration of our arm.
Oh, so you're not even just going to test it. You're going to calibrate it.
So yeah, you start with the calibration of your arm, which allows it to know where the coordinates are so that it knows where your jet air position is and how far left and right
Yeah.
it can go.
Yeah.
Now we're ready to start our second round of software.
Easy. Now that it knows who it is.
Now that it knows who it is and what it's supposed to be doing.
So now, usually around our place, like what we did with our milking units before, was it's too boring to just number them, like 1, 2, 3, 4, like that's boring. And so even though they're already robots 1 and 2, like it seems boring to me. So I was going to actually give them 2 names. So, and I should have pulled this around here earlier. Like, what should we call these ones?
I don't know. That's a really good.
Well, if you were just give it a name. Well, I meant Micah earlier. Does she get one? Does one get named Micah and one get named Joey? Does one get named Les? What's Jim?
Les is important enough. So is Jim.
Well, I don't want to fill their heads with too much ego.
When you throw it up on YouTube, have a poll of, hey, name our robot.
Oh, that's what I should do. See, giving it to the people to decide. Warning, robot arm will move. That sounds like a good sign.
Yeah.
And look at that, it is moving. Yep, there's one. Moving. Moving. Woo. Got them all. Yep. There you go, that one's working. Yep, that one's working. Yep. Got them all, Joey. That's cool. It's your cow. Look at that. You have a very tame cow.
She milks several times a day.
Man.
Yield isn't that great.
But feed efficiency is great.
She's a little thin, though.
Well, she is a little thin, isn't she? Oh, that wasn't even a challenge.
Then we always got to pretend that we're an angry cow.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure that it will reattach. then
I was gonna say, are you gonna move her? I was thinking I'd move her. Oh,
move your cow.
move your cow around.
Hopefully, if you get a chance to come back, we'll have everything a little more situated for the test bay. And it has gone through the test bay. It is officially ready to go.
Thanks, Joey.
No problem.
This is awesome.